Hello and very welcome. Today's question is the political system really beneficial for humanity? We vote and we elect people, parties, they win, but how many losers are we every time someone wins? Is there any possibility that we can find a system where we all wins? Where like now we have in America, for example, we have more or less 50% of the population is disappointed, upset, some even scared, afraid of what is going to happen. And it doesn't matter which side is winning, there will always be more or less half of the population not happy, disappointed, and upset, and not mention how much money, tax money, that gets spent on politicians and politics and campaigns, and if we look back, uh, what has really changed to the better? What has really improved? We choose one party and then we get disappointed, and then the next election we choose another one, and then we get disappointed, and then we change, and then we try the other one. Some keep with the same one because they have their ideas. But anyhow, if we look a little bit critical, is there really benefits? Is there really good changes? If we look now at the whole planet, uh, in different levels have developed a lot, but still we are not getting anywhere. There are more and more problems, more and more poverty, more and more differences between different groups in society. Some have a lot of money, some have nothing. And is this really where we want to go? And I know, I know my history. I know there have been people fighting for freedom, people who liberate us from slavery, from tyranny, people who sacrifice their lives to make it better for the next generation, which is beautiful and wonderful, and all my respect to all those people who fought for us. But does that mean that we are at the end station? Does that mean that, okay, we did so good, so now what they achieved we need to keep forever? Or maybe this is just another level, and maybe there is another one, a better one, where we can, instead of fighting against each other, instead of fighting against the other side, red or blue or whatever we are talking about, if we can come together, if we can unite and really change things. And I think now we are so used to this polarized systems, and also media and alternative media, social media, are providing an image of the other side as dangerous. And I have been, and not only me, I also look at Swedish television. They were really talking about how different the narrative looks if you listen to this channel or this channel. And it's really a big dissonance, and it's hard for these people to accept the other when they get stuffed with all this scare propaganda. If this happened, the world will go under, and it's the same from the other side. They will hear the same thing, like if they win, the world will go under. And how can we meet when this is the narratives that we are being served all the time? And I'm following a group called Braver Angels in the United States, and they are trying to teach a dialogue where we can listen to other people's opinion without fighting, without defending, with an open heart and open mind. And they went out to before the election and during the election, and they went in couples, one red and one blue, and they tried to go into the groups from the opposite side and try to talk to them. And they were actually a little bit surprised themselves how nice the people were. So I don't think that we are actually, as person to person, we don't hate each other. We are not really afraid of each other. We are not really so different and against each other that many times media make us think. So if we actually only start to talk to each other and start to try to see what can we agree on, and I think if we really try, we can find a lot of things that we have in common. I don't believe that very many people actually wish something evil upon their neighbors and even people in the next city or in the other country. I think that people are like inside good-hearted, and we are a little bit like tricked into this scenario where we are divided. The old concept, divide and conquer. Then you can do what you want with the people because they are fighting each other, and then you can do whatever you want when they fight. And if we look a little bit further back in history, we lived in smaller communities, and we knew the people in the little town. We knew who had problems. We knew if this was a serious person. We knew if somebody needed help, whatever. And then it was more easy for us to be more honest and serious about the real situation. Now in media, we know that a lot of it is fake, and we don't really know, and it gets so big. And when we only see those sides fighting against each other, we feel powerless, and it's difficult to know how can I do anything? How can I change? The only thing we can do is vote. And we see after the next term it's the same shit, and then we vote again, and sooner or later we give up. We feel hopeless, we feel powerless, we have the feeling of not being able to influence anything. And that is the biggest issue for humanity, I think, that we need to take back our power. And I think that we should go away from this party politician system uh, somehow. I don't have all the answers, but like it was in the old days, then we have the council of the elders. I think you call it like that in English. Uh, a group of wise older, doesn't have to be older, and nowadays I think we have a lot of young intelligent people that might be even more ahead than many old people. So it's more about your experience and absolutely about your intelligence, and mostly that you have an open heart and that you really want to find a good solution that is good for as many people as possible. And I don't think I can say that about all politicians. Very often it sounds like they just want to have their thing, and they don't care about the good for the whole, for all of us. If we somehow could find something similar to this Council of Elders, if we can find good, intelligent people in the right positions, and a structure so that we really can go down to the grassroots level to find out how can we solve the problem for each individual, for each town, for each situation, and what is the best here and now, and for this group or for this individual. And not only decide, for example, let's throw all immigrants out. Why can't we look at this in a more specific way and flexible way? And I think that there are a lot of immigrants all over the world who really want to go back to the country they came from because they escaped because of a war, and the houses were bombed or something like that, and they didn't go to the other country. They went away from a country which was in war. And if it would be possible for them to build up their country, I guess a lot of people would love to go back. But if you moved to another country because you fell in love or you really wanted to find a new career or something, and you're really engaged in the country, then I think it's really a stupid idea to tell those people to leave. So and this is just an example. I think it can be like this in very many situations, that there is not one solution fits all. We need to look at every individual case and see what is best for this person and what is best for everyone, and how can we make a decision from our heart and brain together. To me, this extremism is the most dangerous, that we are so divided and we think that we are so different from the other side. And what can we do? What can you do? We need to take back our power. We can start to engage in things, in groups, in schools, in churches, in communities. We can, if we don't think we have time enough, at least join a group on internet, find people who also want to make bridges. And there are a lot of organizations, and I will at least put some links here under. And there are a lot of education on YouTube, and a lot of videos who is talking about ways to make bridges and how we can come together, how we can create a better world if we work together, if we cooperate instead of fighting against each other. So if you just start to think about it, is this the system that you want for your children and grandchildren? Is this the system that we want to keep on having? Or is it time that we start to at least talk about a change? And this will not be tomorrow, it will take some time. But be prepared for a change, and open up for a change, and start to discuss what could we do better, and not like you are doing everything wrong and my party or my side is better. No, go together and really see what can we take from this side and what can we take from the other side. And Kamala Harris was actually giving a really nice speech the day after the election, where she said something about that we are all brilliant billions stars, and together we can really shine. Even if it's dark, we can shine the light and bright up this place, and we will never give up. And I think that was a really beautiful speech. But if we see it as we fight each other, I can't see how it will be better. And all those stars, they are not fighting each other. They don't want to shine brighter than another one. They don't try to kill each other. They are not afraid of each other. No, they just shine their light. And I think that is what we also can do. shine our light together, open our hearts in a good, not totally um, you know, without borders, uh, in a stupid way, but open our heart in a nice and in a good way, and try to understand each other, and try to see where is the common ground. What is it that we all want? We all want to be happy. We all wants to get out of a stressful situation. We want peace. We want our kids to be able to grow up in a nice environment. We don't want to work as slaves. We want to have some freedom. We want to have good food and good air and a nice earth to live on. It's like so many things that I'm sure that more or less all of us can agree on. So try to focus on what can you do, even if it's just talking to your neighbor, even if it's just joining a group, even if it's just searching internet for solutions, ideas, and try to think and try to have a vision of something better. And like before, our ancestors, they had to fight, and they were bloodshed to fight for something better. But in this age, we don't need to go out and kill people to change. We have power, we have knowledge, we have communication possibilities, we have internet, we can talk, and we can really do this in a non-violent way. Just take our power back and make this world a beautiful place. Sounds easy, and maybe it's not that easy, but I think it's much more easy than we can imagine if we really put a little bit of effort into it, all of us. So, hope to have you coming along with me on a road to a better world. Please write some comments, subscribe, like, and hope to see you soon again. Bye bye.